This is Jen Psaki condemning, and I'm putting condemning in scare quotes, what's going on in front of SCOTUS, Supreme Court justices' homes now, picketing, protesting in front of their homes. Jen Psaki says, at POTUS, strongly believes in the constitutional right to protest. They just don't believe in the constitutional right of the Second Amendment, but setting that aside. But that should never include violence, threats, or vandalism. Okay, good. Judges perform an incredibly important function in our society, and they must be able to do their jobs without concern for their personal safety. I agree with that too. Where's the condemnation of what is actually going on? You'll notice, people, this is not an accident. This is when it came to acts of terrorism, how the apology or the condemnation would never be a condemnation. It would always be, we strongly condemn violence on both sides. POTUS strongly believes in the constitutional right to protest. Good for him. At least more than can be said of Justin Trudeau, but setting that aside. But that should never include violence, threats, or vandalism. Okay, at large, broad. Judges perform an incredibly important function of society. Okay, and they must be able to do their jobs without concern for their personal safety. Okay, how about saying we strongly condemn the protests that are currently occurring on SCOTUS front lawns of their homes because it makes them feel threatened? It interferes with them doing their jobs. How about specifically saying that instead of this vapid word salad that actually says nothing? Notice how in this vapid word salad of a virtue signaling tweet, Press Sec actually fails to specifically and categorically condemn what is going on in front of the homes of Supreme Court justices. It's a fine skill, wordsmithing, to make it seem like you're condemning something and actually not condemning it. Some people might actually call that a dog whistle. We strongly condemn violence on both sides, meaning that somehow it's justified, and both sides are wrong. She has not condemned it. She's just flat out. It's virtue signaling. It looks like condemnation when it's actually not, when you read it properly. And it's not like what is going on SCOTUS front lawns is not specifically illegal. It's specifically illegal. And for anyone who doubts me, I'll show my homework. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I believe it's 18 United States Code, section 1507. I believe that because it is. 18 USC, picketing or parading. Whoever with the intent of interfering with, obstructing, or impeding the administration of justice, or with the intent of influencing any judge, juror, witness, or court officer in the discharge of his duty. You're going to have to fix that. His or her duty. Pickets or parades in or near a building housing a court of the United States, or in or near a building or residence occupied or used by such a judge, juror, witness, or court officer, or with such intent uses any sound truck, interesting, or similar device, or resorts to any other demonstration in or near any such building, residence, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year, or both. Specifically illegal, specifically applicable, and no condemnation from Psaki. Let me just read it again, people. And by the way, apply it actually to who pickets near a building or a residence occupied by such a judge, juror, witness, or officer of the court with such intent, and the intent was to influence any judge. Will there be any arrests, any indefinite detainments a la January 6th? If you want to talk about people actually doing in real time what was alleged that people were doing mutatis mutandis to congressional hearings back in January, still in jail for, by the way. Has there been one arrest? Outright, overtly illegal, and they ain't going to do a damn thing about it, because I think it was Cat Turd who said it best. The Department of Justice operates for the benefit of the Democratic Party. The FBI works for the benefit of the Democratic Party. Prosecution works for the benefit of the Democratic Party. They will unleash fire and brimstone to go after those who protested, what was the word they used? Who trespassed in Capitol in the Capitol Hill, in the Capitol building on January 6th. Fire and brimstone, all of the resources of the FBI to go after them. These people have been sitting on the front lawns of SCOTUS in plain, wanton, clear violation of United States Code Section 1507. They've done nothing. I don't think there's been one arrest, and I don't anticipate there will be.